Hey boys, it's Mike Builds here. Hey boys, it's Broken Boosted here. Hey boys. Hey boys, welcome back to the channel. It's the next day. My camera died yesterday. Fastlane Q got his head studs put in his block, so he's gonna go get a camera tanner plate, and then we're gonna start assembling the top end of the motor on that. So that's where that's at. I got my track bar mounts all welded up. So that's a pretty good weld, so I'm only going to show that one. The rest are look like boogers. And then I did weld the axle tubes, but I'm not going to show you those up close either. So the next step is going to be pull the diff cover off, drain the oil out, and then we're going to attempt to install this Eaton Trutrac. So this is pretty cool. The way this works, it sends power to the spinning wheel. I don't know how it works. It's got some sort of thing that does that inside of it. But basically, yeah, if one wheel starts to spin, all the power gets pushed to the non-grippy wheel. Oh, wait, to the gripping wheel, right? Yeah. So something like that. Basically, it locks the wheels up and you won't do one tire fires all day long. So pretty excited to get that slapped in. I hope I have the right stuff to do it. I hope I bought the right one. This is a 28 spline 8/8. They make 31 spline 8/8s, but I'm pretty sure I bought the right one. So without further ado, I'm gonna get the diff cover off, get this draining, and then we're gonna pull the axles out and try to get the center section out. All right, we got our drain pan. Got to pull off these 13 mils off. All right, then you got to get a flat head and pry the cover off. Actually, I should probably put a screw in. Oh God, the oil in this thing looks nasty. All right, so here's the Trutrac assembly. I've kind of perused through the instructions already, and it looks like because I'm reusing my gear set, all I got to do is verify gear backlash before install, and I'm going to reuse the ring gear, the tone ring for the speed sensor, and then we're going to press on new bearings on the outside, use the same gear, and I should be able to put it back together with the same shims, and the preload should all be good. So that's how we're going to rock it. Obviously I'll verify, but I've never done this before, so I'm kind of nervous. I don't want to screw this up. So here's the Trutrac itself. Pretty nice. I don't know how it works, but it's very interesting. And then this is what you put in after the axles are installed. You put in these like plugs or whatever. Step one, we got to pull the C-clips. In order to do that on this axle, there's an 8mm bolt. So I've got a towel to put all my stuff down, exactly how I pull out. Got that out, so it's like a long. Okay, got that. Then you spin the gears and they fall out. And then these have a shim right or some sort of washer right here, so if you are going to take your diff apart and reuse these for some reason, make sure that doesn't fall off. And then but you can push the axle in a little bit, and there's the C-clip. You can reach in there and just grab it. It should just come right off, just like so. And then you can do the same to the other side. Pull the C-clip out, and then you just come. Oh no. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's some sort of parrot or something making some crazy noise. All right, axles are out. So they are sitting there. Now we can get a socket for the center section, pull the caps off, and kind of rip that thing out of there. Okay, let these fall. Actually, make a towel put them on. Boom. And remember the orientation of this. So I'm gonna put a mark or something, that way I know which way goes up. Damn, that stinks. You release the bolts, there's like trapped smells in there that gets released. It's really strong all of a sudden. These came out pretty easily. I've seen people fight to get these bearing caps off. So this is exactly how I pulled it off. So This one faces that way with an arrow, that one faces that way, and that's the top of both. So I'm showing you guys this, but it's also a reference for me. I don't know how to do this without these falling out, so. I guess like that. Oh god damn. Oh, alright. So this is our left side shim and our right side shim, and then the tapered part faces out. So I got new bearings, so we're not going to reuse these because those are pressed on. I need to get all these bolts off and get this ring gear and reluctor wheel off, and then this needs to be installed on the Trutrac. Then we're going to press new bearings on the Trutrac, reuse those spacers, install it, torque the caps. Obviously we're going to use a torque wrench for all that, use a torque wrench to torque the ring gear, and then we're going to check the backlash, and it should be, I think I read it was 10 thousandths, so as long as it's the same as before and after, we should be good and it's in spec. If it's not, then I guess I got to do some research and figure out how to correct that, because I don't know nothing about axles, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of winging this. I have a basic understanding of how this all works, so we'll see if that gets me through this or not, but once I get to pulling this off, I will show you guys. God, these ring gear bolts are tight. I gotta torque these somehow. You know what? And the white. Probably. Alright, now I gotta try to get this off, so maybe I'll tap this with a hammer. Oh god, man. Trashman. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm talking to the audience. It's not even moving. It's not good shit. I'm gonna get a big hammer. This is literally new crap. Do that. Dude, this thing isn't even moving. Holy crap, it's really on there. Yeah, it's really on there. Check. No, you have to heat it up. Yeah. Correct. That's easy. The reluctor ring. Okay, come on. Come on, work with me. I have a feeling it's gonna go boosh and pop off. Bank. It's a ring gear. I should probably mark this, huh? Alright, y'all, so we're about, oh, that's nasty. So we're about halfway through with this install. I'm still kind of nervous, but we're figuring it out. So right now I took the carrier assembly, the Trutrac itself. It's in the freezer, and I have the ring gear sitting on the truck. So my hope is the ring gear will expand, the center section will contract a little bit, and we're going to be able to slide the ring gear with the tone ring on. What I did notice is the tone ring doesn't have as big of a lip to sit on the Trutrac, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm hoping it just presses on and doesn't move. So we're going to see how that ends up, because I really would like to have this, because this is what runs the speedometer on this truck, and everything, you know, the speedometer works, so that's really nice. But now that we're waiting for everything to freeze and get hot, I need to go through this bearing kit. All right, here's our bearing kit. We're going to need these. We're not going to need the shims because we're going to reuse what we have. And then I believe we need these two bearings. These are for the center section, and then these are the bolts. We got some Loctite here, some paint to check gear pattern if need be. I'm probably not going to. If the backlash is okay, I might check it just for good measure, but I wouldn't know what I'm looking at anyway, so I'm going to have to do some Google imaging to kind of see what I'm looking at. But anyways, we're going to pull these out, pull that out, pull these out, and kind of get ready to slap this all together. And I'm hoping I can do it on one fair swoop. I'm going to try to heat these up as well, and hoping these go on a little easier. So we're going to give it a shot. Hey guys, it's Mike. I went and got a fresh GoPro battery. I just pulled this out the freezer. I'm going to try to get the ring gear that's been sitting in the sun and see how easily we can get it to slide on. And actually worked a little better than I thought. Oh, the ring goes on. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm just using the bolts at first. No Loctite on these. I'm not going to go really tight. It's just help pull the ring gear on the carrier. If you're going to do this, be really careful, because if you tweak the ring gear, you might, I don't know if you can bend it, but maybe. I doubt it, but Those of you relax for a living, please don't scold me too much. I'm trying my best. Also, I'm missing bolt somehow. Where'd it go? Let's use that one for now. I'm missing one. I don't know how many people tell me it's all seated. Right in front of me. To do nothing.
Just put all the comments in the question. Put all the questions in the comments. Okay, thank goodness.
Why is that not connected again? I'm worried about your water heater arrangement. That's gonna spray on the wall.
Yeah, but only if this freezes. I prefer it, frankly. Okay, so basically, when it freezes, it builds a lot of pressure inside, even though it's already high pressure. Then it pisses out of this little tube out the side of the wall, the side of the house. I would prefer it just piss all over the wall.
Okay.
Here's my thinking. It's only gonna do that if it freezes, which means that there's no power. Whatever got it, this freezes. If it freezes, water can't spray when it's frozen.
Yeah, but as soon as it thaws out, it's immediately gonna start spraying. So then you know it's thawed out.
Exactly. Water's back on, buddy.
Okay. That's true.
All right,
okay.
let me find a fun L.
There's the peephole.
Let's see if this fits in that hole.
No, that's not gonna fit.
What do you mean?
It's not a 90-degree whatever. Do you have a tube?
Just shove it in there.
This is literally.
All right, let's look at the tube section. Okay,
All right.
here we go. Okay, I'm gonna add a little piece of this.
Go ahead. I'm just more or less getting in the way. It's thawing out. No, it's not gonna work now, even though it probably would never have worked anyways.
Probably doing it.
I'd also like to point out there's no pressure on this, so we're not gonna destroy this bearing. I really hope this works. I think it's gonna work. I just hope it holds up. Because the thing about diffs, you don't know if you did it wrong until they come apart thousands of miles later, right? That's it.
Thousands of miles?
It takes a couple thousand miles for you to know if you did this wrong or not.
You're immediately
right?
gonna hear this thing howling its ass off if it's just not done right.
It's probably fair.
You're gonna go in that big ass hole though, right?
I'm just gonna speed all this up. So. That it?
It looks like it's seated.
All right.
All right, bet. All right, bye.
All right. After dicking around with trying to fill it and pissing fluid everywhere, mostly in his garage, thank God. See, I don't know if it's seated all the way. Does it have to go more than that? Because the problem, if I don't push that all the way down, the preload's going to be off.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's you with a little yard trailer.
Yeah, I do. Grab that box. See the red one? And then go to the right one, it's black. Then go to the right again, it's gray. Then go to the right again, it's gray again.
This?
No. Go to the left.
Here's the other bearing.
You said this thing's pretty light, right?
You'll see.
Oh, it's freezing!
Oh, it's covered in trans fluid now, too.
It's freezing and covered in stuff.
Yeah, don't cuss in my videos.
I don't. Oh, you do. You cuss in the videos.
You're right. Yeah, push up there, Sailor Jerry.
I did. Did it go up? Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that'll just barely fit.
We're still gonna get the...
That thing. Thanks for helping me do this, by the way. I couldn't have done, literally could not. I tried to use a hammer and it didn't even work.
That didn't work?
Not at all. Where's the thing at?
I would have put it up there.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, God. That was all...
Pressure again. Dude, that's working perfect, dude. That's so weird. Are you bring all this? You're think that's all it has to go though?
The race can sit on top. We gotta get rid of that gap.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so we're gonna go find the thing to do that way, so we're gonna leave it off. We're just gonna leave it like this forever. Alright guys, so the last video clip I shot, we were at Andy's house using his press, and we got the bearings pressed all the way onto the Trutrac carrier, but we couldn't get them all the way down on the carrier. I don't think they're all the way flat, so I couldn't find the right kind of press tool to grab the proper part on the bearing. So these bearings right here, like right here, there's a little bit of a lip, and on mine they sit flush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my own tool, and the way I'm gonna do that is, since these are the old bearings, I'm not gonna use this carrier anymore. I'm gonna take an angle grinder and put a cut in this, and we're gonna pry this inner race off, and we're gonna use the inner race as our press tool. Then we're gonna go back over to Andy's house, finish pressing the bearings on, then we can take the carrier back and install it. Oh, it's gonna make a mess. That's fine. All right, so that's the part we need. That's more. Ah, there we go. So we just broke it, now we just gotta pry it off. Pretty easy, though. Yep, there it goes. So yeah, see once you cut it, it just comes right up. Look at that. That's our new press tool. There you go. So that's all I need. I don't need to go outside. I don't need one. So that's it. We're gonna take this to Andy's house and we're gonna continue our press. Fucking bridges. Okay, here we are back at the diff. We made our little tool. Went ahead and cut this off the old differential. So we're gonna stick that right there, followed by this metal plate. So we're gonna make some sort of industrial sandwich out of this. Then we're gonna put a socket. That's it. Then we proceed to put the squeeze on her. All right, so here's the final product. So this is the diff, and you see the bearing just barely goes below it, and that's how it should sit. So I'm going to flip this over, do the other side, then we're going to get this back to the house, put the outer races on, put the shims in, slap it in, then we're going to check the backlash, torque the caps, or torque the caps, check the backlash, and if that's all good, then we're done. We just got to put the axles in, put this little fill up this hole, and she'll be good to go. All right, I have no idea where I left off at with this diff. Oh yeah, we pushed the new bearings on. So we got our diff carrier all put together. Now, you guys look sick of looking at this axle yet? Let me get out of the shot. So now I'm gonna flip the axle back over. We're gonna go ahead and insert that with reuse our shims, new outer races, and then we're gonna get the caps torqued. We're gonna check the gear wipe pattern and the gear lash with our dial indicator, and if that's all good, we're gonna stick the axles in, finish assembling that, put the diff cover on, fill it with oil, and then we're gonna strip and paint this. So that's gonna be our next couple steps. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the diff thrown in there now. Okay, maybe I lied. Maybe I could just put the races in and slide these in after. I don't know how I'm gonna do this without crushing my hands. Oh, it's so heavy. Okay. Okay, that side's in. Come on. Why is it jammed? Oop, I need the axle. I'm just gonna kind of do them evenly to get them snugged up first, and then we'll go for the 80. Okay, there's 80. 80. 80. Pretty tight. Okay, go through check again. All right, so that's all good. We're gonna go ahead and check the preload, but it should be fine. I mean, it feels about the same. At least it sounds the same, but that's no way to check it. So we're gonna check with the dial indicator, but I'm probably gonna skip over that because it's pretty boring. So after I verify that our preload is okay, we're gonna get the axles installed. I'm gonna put the center pieces inside the diff together to lock it all in. Then we're gonna clean the surface, put the diff cover back on, and fill it with oil, and we'll be all done. Alright guys, I kind of wanted to show you how easy this was. So once your axles are in, which I got them in, I put the C-clips on, pulled the axles back out to seat the C-clip into the gears. And all you got to do is take this little cylinder and you drop this in. And you kind of work this in between the axles. I thought it was just going to fall right in. Anyway, so all you got to do is put that in. Then you put this cap on and then you put the C-clip on and that's it. The 8/8's installed. So that's pretty cool. I thought it was going to be a lot more harder than that to get the axles and all that stuff set up, but yeah, that's it. So like I said before, get all this done, clean it up, probably spray it out a little bit, put some fresh oil in it, and we're good to go. All right, guys, so we're done. So our Trutrac finally installed. So I guess that's gonna do it. This video is already gonna be long enough. So I don't know how many videos we're gonna make of this axle. This is probably like the 1 millionth video. But anyways, the next video, I'm gonna go ahead and edit this one into one video. The next video, we're gonna go ahead and clean this up, finally paint it, finally install it in the truck, and go take it for a ride and actually make sure it all works. So I'm very excited. I was very nervous doing the differential. It actually ended up being a little easier than I thought, but I've never done anything with rear ends and gears and all that. I still would like to learn how to switch gearing completely and reset the whole axle from start to finish. So, you know, maybe in the future we'll figure out how to do that. But for right now, we're just gonna focus on getting this thing done, getting this truck running. I really wanna get this truck running and driving so I can start, you know, actually enjoying it a little bit. Still needs to get retuned and gotta do a couple other small things, get the hood put on and all that good stuff. So this is gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys very much for subscribing. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you hate it, give me a thumbs down and leave me a comment and tell me what you think.